Baldwin County audacity with 3 teams. How did they figure that out?
We had a 3-way tie.
Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Brad McCoy Show, a review of Charles Henderson High School football. And Coach McCoy, good to see you, but
good to see you too.
Of course, you lost a tough one to Valley, a good Valley team.
Yeah, really good running back, really good football team. You know, the running back was was talked highly about, and we knew how good he was, and he had a big night. And really, it wasn't so much him that I think that gave them the opportunity to beat us. It was our mistakes in the kicking game, and then another turnover that we had that ended up sealing the deal.
Well, and of course, it was a tough one to lose, but at the same time, by you beating Tallahassee the week before, which was a huge win, huge come from behind win, got you in the playoffs.
Only reason we made it, to be honest with you. And
but you had to beat some pretty good teams down the stretch.
We did. The win against Carroll and the win against Tallahassee, really gave us a boost of confidence that this football team needed. And after the game at Greenville that we didn't play very good in, and we had every opportunity to make it 3 in a row the other night, and our boys have been taking it hard, but we had to turn the page.
Of course, it was 14-14 for a long time, and then they went out by a couple of touchdowns. Then we scored again later, but it's not that we weren't able to move the ball. We moved it okay, didn't we?
All night. We as soon as we scored the first touchdown, they came back and returned a kick for a touchdown. It matched the score,
yeah.
But they failed on the 2-point conversion. So, and then we muffed a punt return that we, of course, that you work every week.
Exactly.
And our guy just misjudged it and let it bounce. And of course, you always got to fill those kicks, especially when we put 2 returners out there. But hey, listen, football is a game of sometimes mistakes happen, and you try to limit them and you try to practice and work against them, but that's the way it happened.
But even though you lost that ball game, don't you feel like that your team has actually much improved over the first game?
Well, yeah.
All down the stretch, you got better.
Well, we have gotten better, and we're playing a lot of 10th graders this year that have had to get baptized and get a lot of reps, and again, that can be a double-edged sword. We're proud that we got a lot of those guys coming back next year, but I think there's just been a lot of times where we hadn't been as seasoned as you think a junior or senior group would be, and but that's just not our football team. But we got a lot of good players, good kids that are working.
I'll tell you something
hard.
You do not want to do against Charles Henderson. You don't want to be one-dimensional, having to run the football, not being able to throw. The teams that have beat you have been the teams that have been balanced. Nobody has really just taken the ball and ran it right up your gut. No. Your defensive front, made up of mostly 10th graders, has been pretty good all year.
Yeah, for the exception of Cole Coppage, which is really the lone senior in that defensive line group. Rob Robertson also plays in, but he plays some linebacker too. And but other than that, we got 4 sophomore D linemen that have really gotten better each and every week, Mike. And and those guys they got a big challenge ahead of them this week too.
I want to congratulate one of your players, Coach, being named to the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game. That's about as good a compliment as you can get.
Javontrez Allen, our will linebacker, awesome kid. Javontrez has worked extremely hard to put himself in that position, and we recognized him last Friday at the pep rally. And
yeah, that was a thrill for him, I'm sure.
It was. We gave a lot of kids Letterman jackets, and
isn't that great?
And gave him his Alabama jersey, and we also recognized Maury Davenport for committing to Rutgers University, and also Too Tall. Tatiana Seiler she's going to play basketball at Air Force.
Oh man, isn't that great that you got that kind of program, Coach?
Yeah, a lot of great things happening in our athletic department, and we're excited about it.
Our show is brought to you by Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, believe you me, if you're looking for a Ford car or truck, believe you me, no better place anywhere than Pike County Ford on the bypass, and we appreciate them supporting Charles Henderson High School football every game this year. And Coach, we still got some football to play. We got a big game against 6A Baldwin County tomorrow, Friday night, which will be live on Troy Cable and live on Facebook across the country. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'd hate to be Baldwin County having to play a Charles Henderson team in Troy.
Well, we feel about the same way about playing a Baldwin County team, traveling up, being in their last football game of the season.
Yeah.
It's going to be their Super Bowl, and they didn't make the playoffs.
And let me just tell you something, how it works, and just tell you how close things are to being different. In that classification, in Class 6A, in that area, you had Baldwin County. Blunt High School. Everybody knows about Blunt. Baldwin County, R. Daphne at Wetumpka.
Wow.
I mean, then what they did after they played, they evidently went back and how do you determine that?
Well, you've got the Alabama High School Athletic Association has several tiebreakers, that we have to go through, and of course we had a three-way tie. For spots.
Yeah,
3 and 4.
exactly. That's right.
Yeah, and you start by looking at who in that three-way tie. It starts by looking at who has beat the number one seed.
Sure.
Well, in our situation, none of us had beaten Greenville.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the next thing is, then it goes to the next tiebreaker. Who's beaten the number 2 seed? Well, Valley had beaten Beauregard.
That's
so
right.
Valley locks up the 3 seed, and they're out of the tiebreaker.
And nobody expect Valley to be as good as they were down the stretch. They really got better as the season went on. Everybody expect Beauregard to win that game.
And then you go head to head.
But if Beauregard had not won that game, what I'm saying, if Valley had not won the game, we wouldn't have made it, would we?
Well, not necessarily. We'd had to go to the next tiebreaker. Well, then you have to go to what it had been. It wasn't necessarily that we weren't going to make it. It wouldn't have been decided until this Friday night, because then you look at your opponents and how many wins your defeated opponents have.
Exactly. And looking at the Greenville, of course, will play. I don't know, 3 teams. See, it's not over yet because you still got some games left, I reckon.
There's a lot of those won't be decided until Friday night.
And now, will Carroll make it? Will they make it?
Carroll's out. No, Carroll and Tallahassee are both, and we're hoping for
those are 2 good football
Well, we
teams.
knew that whenever the region changed, and Headland and Booker T. Washington and my mind's left me on the other team that left. Eufaula. Whenever they left, we knew our region was going to be really tough, and some good teams might be left out of the playoffs. Just luckily it wasn't.
And look what it did for Headland. Headland is undefeated in 4A and will make the playoffs in 4A. But it just goes, that's just high school football, and it's a shame that, those were a good Carroll team and a good Tallahassee team. Both of them you beat, and you coach, you deserve to be in by beating those 2 in the area. Going into the area or going into the season, I would have said those were 2 teams you had beat.
Well, when we played them, they were I think Carroll was 10, and no, it was Tallahassee was 10, and Carroll was number 7 in the state.
That's right.
And they've had a great last few years, and those were big wins. That's kind of what catapulted us into the playoffs. So.
Exactly. I want to mention also our good friend Mike Kilcrease at Trojan Auto Parts on South Grundy Street, a great place to buy auto parts, and also gift ideas, a gift certificate from Trojan Auto Parts would be a great Christmas gift. And believe it or not, Coach, it's just around the corner.
It is. It is. Thanksgiving's coming up on us, and then Christmas.
Well, Coach, of course, we're going to talk more about the big game coming up on Friday night. But let's get into the film of this past weekend's game with Valley. And this is Old Valley of Fairfax. When I was going to school, they call them Valley High School of Fairfax.
Yeah, RPO right here that we run off the zone play, and linebackers were real active. And I tell you, the Valley we knew that film showed they were physical and well coached, and another odd front team. These teams that play these odd fronts are tough. They blitz a lot. They give you a lot of different looks, and you notice right here they're walking backers up, and once again, Valley had already beaten Beauregard early in the year, and so we knew they're a very good football team. And right here was a nice throw and catch, a Chance Pollard to start the game, and he
had been hurt. He had a good night.
He has. He's battled injuries, and he came back.
Is he a senior coach?
He is.
Boy, they had that big nose guy that was a good football player.
Well, you better have a big nose. You're going to play an odd front. You need one.
Of course, but
you notice all 3 of their D linemen are big, thick kids, very athletic.
And a great throwback there.
You
great angle, Coach. You could find a better angle than that.
Yeah. Yeah, our video guys do a great job. They're
And again, Puka had a good
Elijah
game.
Caldwell. He did. He threw for, again, I think 190. I mean, he had another great game. And, you know, if we hadn't made the mistakes in the kicking game, it probably would have been a different game.
It is again. Isn't it wonderful that you
It's Elijah Caldwell, number 24 right here.
And he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore, another sophomore on this team.
He's going to be a good one, isn't he?
He is. He plays running back and receiver. And, you know, again, we're clicking right now. We're moving the ball down the field. And, you know, we'd already allowed the kickoff return. You know, another right here to Elijah. Coach Moncrief done a good job.
Puka again, throwing it back to him.
Yeah. Of having the right plays called.
You know, Valley is a meal town. These kids grew up working hard.
Yeah, well, this team right here, they lived off the buck sweep and the counter and power play, and right here.
They didn't try to do anything fancy, did they?
No. That was their three staple runs: power, counter, and buck sweep, and they're really good at it. But number 22 right here, this running back, I tell you, he was good.
Really good.
But look, this is Tyrell Jones coming up making a play. You know, but again, we grabbed the face mask and gave them half the distance. And
they always seem to have a good quarterback. I remember they've sent a lot of quarterbacks to college.
You know,
your guy, did he take the distance, Coach?
No, we couldn't capitalize on this. I wish he had. That would have been a big momentum swing right there. But
and this is
number 6, Tyrell Jones.
Yeah, Tyrell
He's
Jones.
a junior.
And Coach, now is the Alabama Mississippi made up of juniors? Is that right?
Seniors.
Seniors.
You know, defense was playing really well, and you know I have to give it to them. It's played a solid game to not come out on top. You know, we've got to be able to score more than 20 points. Yeah, another bad snap, and
we get him back.
Yeah, we did. We sacked him for about 10 to 12 yard loss. You know, but I tell you, as long as they had 22 in the backfield, they always stood a chance.
Yeah, he was an outstanding back. Would you say the best back y'all faced all
I
year?
think so. Well, other than the kid at Oxford,
Yeah.
That running back was really, really good. But in our region, by far the best running back.
Yeah. Great tackle there. .41 has come around.
Keyston Hill, right? He's a junior, and he's going.
Look at that play.
Yep, he's going to get another. He's going to get another start this week.
Where'd y'all put pink? It looks like there's pink all over the field.
Yeah, pink socks for breast cancer awareness. You know, in the month of October.
Here
you know, Jim
Puka
Jackson
Jones.
is a big sponsor of that, and that's actually who bought those pink socks for us. You know. But yeah, Puka on a nice scramble.
I tell you, Puka's got good speed, doesn't he?
He does. He's not a kid that is big into our run game, but yeah, he can extend plays.
Do y'all run the option with him much?
We try to. He's really not as elusive as what DQ Tony, was, but Puka is enough to keep you honest. And we're going to have plays like that, to compete.
That
with
was a bad chop block just a while ago. They
didn't get called.
No. You saw the same thing I saw, didn't you?
Yep. The boot play right here.
Bingo.
Played very well. Again, we certainly played well enough to be able to win this ball game, and it was just those critical plays that made the big difference.
They were balanced, but y'all defended them pretty well. It looked like to me.
Well, we had a lot of positive plays on both sides of the ball. It was the big play that hurt us.
Yeah.
And the mistakes.
Here's Puka throwing deep here. Boy, he's got an arm, Coach.
Yeah, he does. And again, I keep mentioning Elijah Caldwell. He was hurt for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Got him back, and it certainly adds another element to the offense, especially the wide receiver group. And we get Sean McKinney back this week. He had 3 scores against Tallahassee, and he was out last week.
I didn't know that, Coach.
Yeah.
If you told me that, I would have said, oh, boy.
Yeah,
he's really been making plays.
That's a big chunk of our offense that didn't play last week. Also, our place kicker, big Caleb Geist didn't play.
Yeah.
He's been banged up.
And he's been a real good addition to the program.
Yeah, he's been putting it in the end zone. And Elijah Caldwell, actually, this kid right here is the one that had to take up the kicking duties for us. He plays soccer as well.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Here comes Puka
Yeah,
again.
he's going to slide and take care of himself right here. Not a very good slide. Puka don't play baseball, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, exactly. And the sliding, to me, the slides are for the pros, Coach.
Yeah, right, yeah. I'll tell you, the way we've been battling some of these key injuries, I'm glad I tell him to slide. Won't be taking no hit.
This is good footage. Your guy did another great job, Coach.
Our kids do a great job. They really do. High snap. We got.
What's this? What could have been a big-time block right here. He just missed him.
Yeah.
But he might have got penalized, though, the way they call him now.
I'll tell you, if it's anything close to that sideline, you're right. There's a good chance of that happening.
They got a three-man front. Well, of course, we're going to score, I hope, right here.
Yeah,
Look at that catch.
Yeah.
Coach, who made that catch?
Elijah Caldwell again.
Oh,
he
man.
plays
And
all
he's just
night.
a sophomore?
Yeah.
Coach, what a catch.
No, that's DQ. I'm sorry.
DQ, Tony.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. It
I
is
got you.
DQ.
But DT.
I wish he was just a sophomore.
I believe DQ can play at the next level, though, don't you?
I know he can. I believe that. I sure do. He's an outstanding player.
And here, this underneath, y'all. No, he threw it. They give him a touchdown.
Yeah,
Sure
we
did.
scored right there. So that was the last out.
And watch this again. Excellent footage. Boy, great footage here. And who is this, Coach? 5. This is
Chance Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard again, and
Yeah.
And that made it 26-20. And of course, Valley wins the football game, but at the same time, you played pretty well.
Well, we played well at times, but you got to be consistent, and you can't give them anything, because again, if you hand it out there on a platter, they're going to take it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, and that's kind of what we did.
Of course, we want to mention our good friends at Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, where they've got all kinds of great deals going on. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer, now under new management. To kick off the summer sales event, you pay what we pay. That's right, folks, only at Pike County Ford, and you get the same discount as Pike County Ford employees. You pay what we pay. Only at Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer.
Napa know-how. Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time. Know-how, Napa know-how.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Back to our show. Of course, Coach Brad McCoy is our guest, and of course, this is the Charles Henderson High School football review. Coach, you got this big game coming up with Baldwin County High School of Bay Minette, big school, 6A school. Now, first of all, how do we go about putting them on our schedule?
Well, we've got 4 non-region spots that we can fill whenever the schedules come out, and of course, me and Nathan McDaniel are good friends, and he graduated from Prattville High School. Of course, I coached at Prattville High School. So we've been buddies ever since we got to know each other. He was actually my defensive coordinator at Delville for a spring before he got another job. So yeah, I tried to hire.
Well, he's a young coach, isn't he?
He's a little bit younger than me. He's probably 36, 37.
I got you.
And, and he may not be that old. I may be giving him a few years. But Nathan's a really good defensive coach. And again, he was going to be on my staff
Well, how did you come out as far as injuries? You've had a lot of injuries all year long, and I know you've been trying to get some of these guys back.
Well, we're going to be without a couple more starters Friday night. We got one. Jacorian Boykins is in concussion protocol. Cole Coppage, he had an injury to a tendon in his elbow, and basically they told us if he had been a baseball player, he'd have to have surgery.
Yeah.
He'd have to have surgery.
Tommy John probably would.
That's right. And so he'll be out this week. Camden Conan, the Mike linebacker, is very, very limited if he plays at all. So we got 3 guys down for this week.
Well, you know what? You developed some pretty good football players, and you know, there's no question in my mind that you'll be very competitive. Of course, the game can be seen live right here on Troy Cable Channel 2, starting at 6:45 Friday night. Yours truly, along with Frank Scarborough, will be doing the play-by-play. Should be a lot of fun, and of course, Coach. Friends all over the country can watch your team play.
Yeah, and I wanted to remind you that it's senior night Friday night.
Exactly.
So we're going to recognize all our seniors.
So we'll probably come on even earlier than that.
That's going to start at 6. That's going to start at 6:30.
6:30. We'll be there at 6:30 to do that, and make sure that we're able to do that. Coach, I've got to mention some things that happened this week. Troy takes 3 Super Bowl trophies in Ozark. They went down to Ozark. These are recreation teams.
Right.
And ladies and gentlemen, I've got to compliment these kids. 8 and under, 10 and under, and 12 and under. Those teams won the championship.
Well, the future's bright. You know, Dan Smith and all the volunteer coaches that work with these kids. I've gotten to know a lot of them throughout the last 4 years, and they do a tremendous job. It's a very you know, I think sometimes I don't know if they get enough thanks for what they do and how much work they put in with these kids, but that's promising right there.
No question about it. And, of course, you know, I mentioned and announced the names of every one of these kids on my morning show because I want people to know who's out there that are playing hard, practicing hard, and sacrificing to play football and be a part of a team and give us a lot of great entertainment during the football season.
Yeah, they deserve it. You know, I've been out there many a times in the outfields of those baseball fields at the Sportsplex and watch these kids work and practice. And the key is they enjoy it. They have a good time, you know, at practice. And they of course, the fun's in the winning, too.
Yeah. And something also very important that I want to mention is of course, this is the last game for these seniors, and they'll recognize not only the seniors of football, the band and cheerleaders, and all that.
That's right. ROTC.
Whole shebang, and the ROTC will also be recognized. So it should be a great day for athletics at Charles Simpson High School as we celebrate these young people's career here at Charles Simpson High School. I know, like, that's a group of seniors right there. Is that right, Coach?
Well, that was actually my first picture day.
Your first picture day a long time ago.
Sure was.
And that one was against Valley right there, wasn't it? And look at number 10, Coach. You remember him? What a great player he was.
Sure do.
And, of course, I want to mention also you have already made the playoffs. You'll be playing old Ramsey High School in Birmingham. And, boy, that's pretty good traveling distance. Evidently, we'll go on a trailways while we are on a bus.
We'll go on our activity buses. It's a 2-hour, 2-hour and 15-minute trip. And, you know, if it's anything pushing 3 hours, then we'll certainly charter. But, you know, it isn't too far up the road. And Birmingham, we've been several times.
Exactly. And that'll be on the 9th of, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it'll be the 9th of.
Next Friday night, November the 9th.
November the 9th. And going up against a team that had won the state championship just a few years ago, and a real good program. I think this will be a good test for your team, but at the same time, it'll be a good experience. Don't you agree?
Well, all that. I mean, it's going to be a big challenge. It's going to be a fun experience, and you know, again, there's several schools not experiencing the playoffs.
That's exactly right.
And we're in, and that's always something good for your program, and these kids deserve it.
That's exactly right. Well, Coach, we wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
We appreciate
always a pleasure to be
you
here.
being on our show. I know that your time is very valuable. Coach, what will be your just with a few more minutes left on the show? What do you do on game day, especially when you're playing at home?
Well, these home games we'll enjoy a pep rally at about 2:40, and after the pep rally, we walk over to the cafeteria and we do a short devotion. This week is Patrick Piegler, which is one of the athletic trainers at Troy University. He's going to speak to the guys, and then we'll eat our pregame meal. We'll get us about a 45-minute rest time. We'll meet and walk through, and we always give our guys, every coach has a chance to speak and give keys to winning. We'll do a short kick check, and then we'll get on the bus and head over to the stadium.
Wait a minute, that's right, you got a bus, don't you?
Yeah, we have to bus. We bus. We enjoy the luxuries of a school bus.
I was that reminded me. We were at last Tuesday. We were in Mobile, and we took 25 buses. Did you know they took 8 buses to carry their band from their campus to their stadium? They're 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes away. They had to have the best buses to move their team. Wow. You don't realize what you got until you've got it.
Yeah, when you have an off-campus facility like that.
But probably the best thing in the world for you and your staff is you don't have to line off any fields.
Oh, listen, and that is something you
big.
You take it for granted. I mean, when I was at Belleville those 5 years, and even at Prattville, we paid it a lot. And cut a lot of grass.
And like I say on the broadcast a lot, ladies and gentlemen, the difference in where we're playing at the Veterans Memorial Stadium in Troy, those lines were done by an engineer. Yeah. And then all these other places you go, you see lines like this. Those were done by a football
coach. Snyder knows exactly what all we're talking about when it comes to cutting grass and painting lines.
Oh, gosh.
We know.
And I used to give Pike County a hard time about always having the grass real high when they play y'all in the Jamboree. Yeah. Well, hey, nobody wanted, they were too busy to cut grass. You know what I mean?
Right.
But of course, we want to congratulate all the other teams.
Well, Pike County's done it. Yeah,
Pike County, did an excellent job. Just lost one game during the regular season.
Right.
And
all our area coaches, they're good friends of mine, and they've done a great job.
Of course, our buddy over in Luverne, and our friends at Goshen, and you're right, Elba, and all around.
Yep.
Pike County, Pike LeBron.
Surrounded by a lot of good people.
We love kids that play football, don't we, Coach?
We sure do.
Okay, Coach, all I got to say is let's be at the game. It's a big game against Baldwin County High School, Bay Minette. This Friday night, you can see it live on Troy Cable Channel 2. But we want you at the game. Go Trojans!
Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer, now under new management. To kick off the summer sales event, you pay what we pay. That's right, folks, only at Pike County Ford can you get the same discount as Pike County Ford employees. You pay what we pay. Only at Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer.
I love my job. We get to help people who are having the worst day of their life.
You just got to be ready for whatever hits.
She wasn't breathing. She was almost dead.
Stay still there. Stay still. It's fine.
I'm exploring some of the most enduring mysteries that haunt mankind. In search of the truth. My search begins now.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Napa know-how.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer, now under new management. To kick off the summer sales event, you pay what we pay. That's right, folks, only at Pike County Ford, and you get the same discount as Pike County Ford employees. You pay what we pay. Only at Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Goshen High School Football Show, the Coach Bart Snyder Show. Happy Halloween to everybody. You can tell we've got our masks on tonight. Don't we look better?
As usual.
But we wear them all the time.
Yes.
But anyway, Coach, a tough loss against the Highland Home Flying Squadron in a game that I know that you know that we should have won.
we should have, and things that we misexecuted on, but we executed on a whole bunch of stuff. I think statistically, which doesn't count, the scoreboard is what counts, but statistically we played probably one of our best ball games, except for a few mistakes that cost us there at the end and at the beginning. But anyway, it is what it is. We feel like we've gotten better, and we dang sure be better this week when you play Brantley.
That's right. It won't get any easier, will it?
No, sir.
Well, we let them out of the chute early on the very first kickoff. As a matter of fact, we won the toss, but elected to defer to the second half and kicked off to Highland Home, and they returned it 72 yards to the 2-yard line and scored on the very next play, the first offensive play of the night, to go ahead 7-0. So that put us in a hole. But we kept clawing back, and that touchdown came with 11:39 in the first quarter. And then with 3:44 left in the first quarter, Caleb Gosson scored on a 1-yard run, but our PAT failed, making the score 7-6. Then in the second quarter, with 6:28 remaining, Caleb Dawson on a 28-yard run, and the PAT attempt failed again, making the score 7-12 in favor of. If I got that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, they were ahead. We were ahead 12-7. I'll get it right in a minute. And then with 4:15 left in the second quarter, number 8, Jaquan Brantley, scored on a 5-yard run, and their PAT failed and made the score 13-12, and that's the way it stood at halftime. Then in the third quarter, Jamarco Harris on a would not be denied 12-yard run put the Goshen Eagles up on top again by the score of 20-13. And then in the fourth quarter, their number 5 Hall scored on a 19-yard run with the PAT made by Reeves, tying the score back at 20-20. And in the meantime, we had a chance to go up 27-20. I mean 27-13, and we didn't do it.
No, made a mistake, had it called back.
But anyway, then with 2:29 left in the game, we had a fumble recovery that was returned. I had 90 yards. I think officially it might have been 69 yards. Highland Home returned it all the way for a 27-20 win over the Goshen Eagles in a big region game that probably wouldn't have had much to do with implications for the playoffs, but it still would have been a big win.
It would have been a huge win. And actually in that game we had 2 touchdowns called back and had opportunities to score 3 other times, which we miscued on all of those. And that's what hurts, and little things that we shouldn't be doing right now. But we've had a good week of practice, and I hope that we don't see those mistakes anymore.
I heard you on the Coaches Connection say that it was probably the best overall performance. Take away those.
Yes, sir. There's no doubt. I mean, we'll probably go over the stats in a little bit, and it clearly states what we were doing against a very good Highland home ball team. A lot of people say, well, you know, they were a little bummed up. Ain't nobody no worse bummed up than what we are.
Yeah.
We had 3 starters out, and some others that are injured and been sick all week. And if it takes us playing like that and being sick, we won't mind giving up a little bit to be a little wormy coming into Friday night. That was one of the best ball games that we played all year.
And I believe Highland Home, when they came in, they were like 13-1.
Yes, sir.
Over the last couple of years. Well, Keith, you want to go over the stats?
Well, we will. Let's pay a few bills before we go into the stats. Premier Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram located on Highway 231 North here in Troy. The phone number is 403-4811. You need to browse their new and used inventory on their website at premiercdjroftroy.com. They house a full collection of quality vehicles and are here to guide you through the process of purchasing your next ride. Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Let Dr. Steve Barris take care of your pet needs. Located on Highway 231 south between Troy and Brunions. And his phone number is 770-1838. And services for your pets include well and comprehensive exam, surgical procedures, ultrasounds, x-rays, dental hygienes, medicine, prescription diets, and individual suite for boarding your facilities. Tire Brokers located on Highway 231 North, and the phone number is 770-2715. Tire Broker staff strives to offer great customer service with a smile, as well as outstanding auto repair. Not only do they sell tires, but they also offer auto repair service as well as for truck accessories. So you need to visit their website at tirebrokers.com. And far as the stats goes, y'all mentioned about the stats in the game, and you know stats don't count unless you win on the score. But we had a rushing over 400 yards, 404 yards. And I think Highland Home had 101 yards, and we had a total offense of 452 yards, and they had a total offense of 165. As far as Goshen is concerned, we'll start out with the rushing. Caleb Dawson was our leading rusher. He had 22 carries for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brian Galloway had 14 carries for 119 yards. Tamarcus Shipman had 10 carries for 88 yards, and Jamarco Harris had 1 carry for 13 yards and 1 touchdown, and we had a total of 48 carries for 404 yards. In the passing department, Brian Galloway completed 5 of 11 for 48 yards, and in receiving, Dakari Pelton caught 1 pass for 31 yards, Trey Dix had 3 catches for 15 yards, and Mikael Avery had 1 catch for 2 yards, gave us a total again for 5 catches for 48 yards. And on the defensive side of the ball, Caleb Dawson was our leading tackler. He had 7 tackles and 2 assists. Christian Andrews had 5 tackles, 2 assists, and recovered a fumble. And Tamarcus Shipman had 4 tackles, and Mikael Avery had 3 tackles and 1 assist.
Okay, well, Coach, I thought that the offensive line, we don't talk about them enough, but the offensive line had a great game against Highland Home, and they opened up some big holes.
They did. They did a real good job. They, Coach Brown and Coach Mike have been doing a great job working with them, teaching them, and that's an area in which we know coming into the season was going to be very inexperienced, and those guys have gone to work and adjusted and made changes and made things to where the guys would understand. And I think each week we've gotten much better, and last Friday night definitely showed that, and hope that it continues. And
Brian Galloway had some good reads too, and made some good runs himself.
He did. He felt a little bit more relaxed. We've been trying to get him to understand that that's part of his role. That's the kind of quarterback that he is, and making those reads, pulling that ball right there, opens up a lot more. And we hope that he will continue to do that. And I think that it's going to open up and help his passing game a little bit better as well.
Well, let's go to the highlights now of the game between the Highland Home Flying Squadron and our Goshen Eagles from Eagles Stadium.
Senior night, a group of great young men that have helped us throughout the years. Very proud of them, along with the cheerleaders, the band members, and ROTC. This play right here is something that you just can't play relaxed, and you'll see right here they do a little cross block, and our number 22 gets lit up. It rolls over on his shoulders, and he stayed in his lane. That doesn't happen, but you see the speed of Caleb Dawson right there as he makes that play. We weren't paying attention, but didn't have but 10 men on the field. Brian thought that they had scored and went to get a play and get stuff ready for our series there. Caleb with a good run. Caleb has gotten better each week with his running. When you read the total yards that he gets the ball each week, and then the number of tackles that he makes. And here's Brian with a good read, and you see the difference that it makes right there when you're making the linebackers. They got to start staying at home. And Caleb again with another good run. Got to make a better block out there, but with receiver. But Dakari been real sick all week. Good play right there by Caleb Dawson, and I couldn't tell who was that getting up off the ground right there. But here comes Brian with another real good run, picking up a first down and plus many other yards there. Good blocking. Good throw and catch right here. Need to work on that a little bit more, understanding what we want. We don't want them quite that close to the sideline so that when it is caught, but they'll see Caleb go in for the score right there. That's how you block. I have to hand out to the Highland Home receiver out here. He got his hands on the guy, and he pushed him down, which is a good, clean block. You use your hands sometimes. And
we ran up the middle real well.
We did. Jamarcus Sanford did a good job of his stuff, and that was to Marcus Shipman there running the ball. Will Little and them, and I didn't understand that call right there.
Yeah, we had several like that.
The boy gets up, and it's not that he wasn't intentionally trying to do that. He stumbled, fell, and he had a hold of him. The boy fell. Wasn't nothing violent about that. Good play right here by our guys. Good run again by Caleb. I see our linemen getting downfield, making blocks, see them pulling and being so much more aggressive right now than what we were earlier in the year. Good block by a receiver downfield, Corey Pelton. Good play right there by Will Little and host of Eagles. And that's another thing that's been exciting to us as coaches is people flying and getting to the ball. And that's going to pay off. This is their number 8 getting in the end zone. And we worked on that right there this week. Defensive guy didn't quite do what we wanted done. And if he'd have done that, they'd at least had to run 1 or 2 more plays before scoring if they did then. Almost right here, you know, Caleb, Jamarcus got hurt, hip flexor, and Caleb had to run. Here goes Jamarcus again running the ball, good vision, and makes real good cuts, and just got overall great vision. Our receivers and people got to make a little better blocks, stay on their blocks down the field, get a little extra yards. Comes Caleb back up the middle. He saw this on the film, and later, if he'd have stayed to his right, used the referee as a blocker,
yep,
he'd have probably scored there. I think that we ended up having an interception in that series right there that kept us from scoring there. Another good run by Tamarcus. We just got to get him to understand the importance of getting a little bit more inbounds there, but he's doing real good, working real hard at practice. Caleb going around the end right there. This one gets called back. Watched that one over and over and over, and I don't see any difference in it than I saw in a lot of others. Another great effort right here by Caleb. That hurt right there.
Yep.
Got to hold that ball tight. We're going in. That's the 3rd time that we should have had points on the board that we didn't. And those self-inflicted wounds hurt more than anything else. Great play right here by our guys, staying home, keeping that out, and I was very proud of them for being so disciplined. Another run right here by Brian Galloway, showing his ability, and just we'll take that all the time. We can do those things and get better each week. Here comes Jamarco Harris. Jamarco is getting better in each week. He was real sick last week, and one of the reasons he didn't get a lot of carries. Good to get that 2-point conversion.
We're in the driver's seat right here.
Yes, sir. That very well, we should have been up by 3 touchdowns right there.
Right.
You know, but Highland Home's a real good ball team. They didn't stop. They kept working, kept grinding. They had every opportunity to kind of do. But this is another thing. Phillips kid right there, he throws the ball extremely well. And our guys put pressure on him all night, kept his feet moving, and it's kind of difficult to throw when you're on the run.
We had a penalty right there, didn't we?
Yes, we did right here. This is what hurts us right here, and something that we got to eliminate. A good run by their guys there. Had opportunities to miss tackles. But we're still in the game. I mean, we got this. It's tied. We're driving the ball down the field.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. You see where we are right here.
That's good running.
Real good running. Probably should have come back with more of that. We get right here. This is kind of the correct call. Number 7. You got to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, but our number 7 is supposed to be on the line of scrimmage out there in that situation to make sure that we do. But I couldn't tell what he was on the film or what the call on the side referee might have been. So the referee was correct in what he saw. That's a great effort on their guy.
Final score, Highland Home 27, the Goshen Eagles 20. We go to 4-5 on the year, and a big game coming up. But before we do that, we got some more sponsors, Keith?
We have Menorcas Mexican Restaurant, located on Highway 231 In Troy, they also have a second location in Luverne. Their phone number is 808-9424. They're open daily for lunch and supper, and they always serve a good meal. Pike County Ford, located on Highway 231 North. The phone number is 877-230-6244. Their mission is to provide a first-class car shopping experience with their valued customers. So feel free to browse their new and used inventory on their webpage, PikeCountyFord.net. They also have a service center where professionally trained staff is ready to serve your vehicle. And we have Preston's Restaurant, two locations in Troy, or two locations rather, one in Troy on Highway 231 South and in Luverne on Main Street. And the phone numbers are 770-0675, and in Luverne is 335-2400. Preston's Restaurant has fun sport theme where they serve delicious steaks, burgers, chicken, salad, and many more items. And we have C&H Auto Sales, located on the corner of 231 North and County Road 1101, right under the overpass on Highway 231. Their phone number is 808-1100. C&H Auto has a friendly staff that is ready to help you find the perfect used automobile. You can browse their inventory online at CANDHAUAutosales.com. Goshen Farmers Co-op, located near the high school in Goshen. The phone number is 484-3441. They carry feed, seed, and fertilizer for all your home and farm and yard needs. They also have a tire center which is located there on the premises to take care of your auto needs. And we have the Half Shell Oyster Bar, located at Southland Village Shopping Center in Troy. The phone number is 566-1254. The Half Shell has been one of the local favorites in Troy since 1992, with a fun, laid-back atmosphere. On Wednesday night, they have live music starting around 6 p.m. So let's go out and support our sponsors. Also, we'd like to thank Troy Cable for what they do, and also Pepsi-Cola out of Luverne.
Okay. Well, we got a big one coming up, but before we do that, we made that long trip to Birmingham today, where our volleyball girls were eliminated by Winston County.
A very good Winston County ball team.
A very good Winston County team, but we played with them. They beat us in 3 straight sets.
And let us say 8 o'clock in the morning, too. I mean,
but,
that's tough. But Coach Ward had our girls practicing early this week in the morning, and her staff do a great job. And very proud of those young ladies and the efforts that they've done, and just they set the bar for our athletic program at Goshen.
Well, for a young team, they've done very well for the year.
Sir.
So we're real proud of them, and Coach Warwick as well. Okay, Coach, it's a non-region game against the Brantley Bulldogs in Bulldog Stadium in Brantley. Always a tough place to play.
It's always tough to play them Crenshaw County schools, and having already played 2 of them and lost to them, we sure don't want this one to be the 3rd loss right here. We hope that we can pull this win out. This is a very experienced Brantley ball team. A lot of juniors and seniors, several 10th graders. They got really a good mix of class participation with theirs. I think there's 13 some odd, somewhere 10 plus seniors, 10 plus juniors, and a good mix of the 9th graders and sophomores that are in there. So Coach Jones and his staff does a really, really good job, and their expectations is to win at whatever they do, and that's a great thing to have, and kind of envious of that attitude, and like playing them, and that's why they're on our schedule, so that we can kind of get the feel for what it's supposed to be to have that kind of attitude, to win, to expect to win.
Well, this is Coach Jones' what, 2nd year back?
Well, he's been back. It's his 1st year as a head coach, yes, sir. But he's helped Coach Kilcrease, and he's been right there in the Brantley thing. He's a hometown guy, super good friend of mine, just like Coach Kilcrease, and that whole group down there, just great people. We're going to go head to head Friday night, but We'll communicate back and forth as we did in times past, you know, share things to kind of, you know, help each other advance a little bit further on in the playoffs.
This year they are running with a freshman quarterback.
Well, he's just not an average freshman quarterback now. Tucker Kilcrease has got a great arm, already getting some looks at the collegiate level. Good athlete, and he's surrounded by some good athletes. They got a good offensive line, and Parker Driggers is a senior, which is a great leader for that team. Hard work. I think he's verbally committed to North Alabama, D1 school, and they've got some other young men on that squad that is very talented, and you know, it's a good ball team, very well coached. Very well coached.
Driggers was the quarterback last year, right? And he moved to wide receiver.
He moved around, and he's been bouncing around a little bit this year, playing some quarterback, and he'll go to receiver. But last couple of games, he's kind of been a receiver, running back guy, and not as much at quarterback.
Well, we got to go into Brantley, and they made the playoffs as well.
Oh, yes, sir.
They're the 4th seed too.
Yes, sir. But you know, think about it. When you look at this in the playoffs, you know, this week is a big game, a rivalry game with us and Brantley. The coaches know one another, the players know one another, fans know one another. But when this game is over, there'll be a passion for each of us to make sure that we want that group to win in that first round, second round, third round, and go on into the playoffs. And that's what we'll do. And being a 4th round seed, actually, you know, when you're as good as Brantley, I expect them to go a little bit deeper. I think that we're getting better at the right time, and I think we each can surprise some folks at that number 4 seed.
Well, overall, the Bulldogs hold a lead against us in wins over the years, but the last 2 years we've been able to beat them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I hope that old saying, what happens twice, happened 3 times. We need it this 3rd time.
Yeah, we want everybody to come out to Brantley this Friday night, only an 18-mile drive. Right. So everybody from Goshen needs to come out, and anybody else that wants to see a good football team. It's going to be a barn burner, I feel quite sure. And I tell you, I'm going to make a statement right here. If we play like we played last week and the week before, I feel real good about our chances to win.
I do. I really do, too, and I appreciate your thoughts on that. But our guys are working hard. They're putting in the time. They're not complaining. For a team that has lost the games that we have lost, self-inflicted wounds, as I call it to them, their heads are not down, and they're ready to play and want to play.
Okay, so once again, we'd like to invite everybody to not the Eagle Stadium, but the Bulldog Stadium in Brantley, where the Goshen Eagles will play the Brantley Bulldogs in a non-region game for the final regular season game of the season. And that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. And go Eagles!
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer, now under new management. To kick off the summer sales event, you pay what we pay. That's right, folks, only at Pike County Ford, and you get the same discount as Pike County Ford employees. You pay what we pay. Only at Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer.
I love my job. We get to help people who are having the worst day of their life.
You just got to be ready for whatever hits.
She wasn't breathing. She was almost dead.
Stay still there. Stay still. It's fine.
I'm exploring some of the most enduring mysteries that haunt mankind in search of the truth. My search begins now.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Shelby's back and ready for action.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer, now under new management. To kick off the summer sales event, you pay what we pay. That's right, folks, only at Pike County Ford, and you get the same discount as Pike County Ford employees. You pay what we pay. Only at Pike County Ford, your hometown dealer.
I love my job. We get to help people who are having the worst day of their life.
You just got to be ready for whatever hits.
She wasn't breathing. She was almost dead.
Stay still there. Stay still. It's fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Gene Allen Show, a review of Pike Liberal Arts football and a big victory this past week as the Patriots prepare for the playoffs. And Coach, first round of the playoffs, and tell us about it.
Well, it's going to be a challenge, It's Glenwood coming in, and they got a good football team, big football team, athletic. They've been probably the most athletic team we played last year, and several of them guys are coming back. Their receivers are, they graduated. Their receivers who were really good guys, really good players, and they run the ball a lot more this year than they have in the past. So it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Of course, they're located in Phenix City, but by being located in Phenix City, they get players from all over across the river in Columbus.
Right.
They have players that they are enticed to come to play for football and baseball and basketball for their program.
Right. They have they've got a good drawing area. They get several from Columbus, some from Smith Station, a lot of them from Phenix City. Seal, Alabama, I guess. They got several
exactly.
coming from there. So they've got some some big schools around there they're drawing a lot of kids from, and like I said, they're good in football, basketball, and baseball, and their girls sports are also very good.
Well, you had an open day this week, and tell us a little bit about that.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't open, but no, we've had a good week. Coming off that win last week, at Lakeside.
What I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, Lakeside, I was just being facetious. Quite a football game over there, but y'all led most of the way, though, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We were up, 28-6, and gave up a couple of touchdowns late. They had a couple of big plays. I think we kind of relaxed a little bit and put them back in the game. But really pleased with the way we came out and played, especially the second half. Thought we got a lot more physical, offensively, and but it was one of them games. We had a couple of kids that got hurt a little bit, and
you know, they're still questionable for this week.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. They're both doing therapy and seeing how that's going to go. So, but we know we've had a good week of practice, so you know, hopefully we'll be ready to play.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it was a big final score, 27-20. Is that right?
28-21.
28-21 at Lakeside, and of course, one of their big rivals they play every year. But they 2A or 3A?
They are 2A.
They're 2A. And of course, did they make the playoffs?
They did. They were the 3 seed. They were they got beat by Autauga and Edgewood, and you know, Edgewood had dropped down to 2A, and Autauga, you know, has been beating everybody pretty good.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, they had a really good football team. Like I said, they were really a lot more physical than we thought they were going to be. They had a couple of kids that really came out and played a lot tougher. But I know it's a big rival. You know, their kids don't like ours, and you know, we don't
well,
like them.
It's always been a big rival, no question
it's
about
a big rival game.
And you know, the thing about it, you're playing football here, and then the field right next door to you Eufaula's playing. So that was a lot of football action going on last weekend.
Eufaula had their homecoming going on, so and you can hear their loudspeaker right by Lakeside's field. So
well, I know you've had a lot of kids. You know, they've been shaken up a little bit. You've had some players to miss some games. But you have found another running back, and his name is Chip Fairclough. He scored 3 touchdowns. He had a good night the week before, so that gives you quite a bit of running back depth.
Yeah, it has. It's, you know, you don't ever like seeing anybody get hurt, but when Cody went down, you know, we had to move some people around, and Chip and Davis Allen have both done a really good job for us running the ball.
Isn't it great that you got 4 guys that you know can carry the football? We
have, and like I said, Jade went over 1,000 yards himself Friday night. He's about 1,200 now in the year.
Man,
so
congratulations.
He's had another big night.
Of course, we're talking about Jade Sykes, and we're going to bring his curly hair up here in a minute. We're going to cut his hair, ladies and gentlemen. Coach, you're going to be the first one to do it.
No,
if we can catch him. You know, he's running out the door. Wait a minute.
I'm not going to mess with him. He's stronger than I am.
Go on up here, guys, and have a seat.
And now Jade had a big game. He had close to 200 yards rushing, and Chip was about 190. So, you know, we had 440-something yards rushing.
Oh, yeah. You know, he wanted to go trick-or-treat tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to catch a few houses up, and he can go as Jade Sykes. Is that right? Or is that he'd go as number 10. And, of course, 2 outstanding members of the Pike Liberal Arts football team. And right now, Coach, you're 10-1. That's one of the top seasons that I can remember in a long time, record-wise.
Yeah, I know since I've been here, it's by far the best. You know, and it's one of them teams. They've came out and played really well. They've all done what we've asked them to do. We've had some kids move around, play some different stuff, and play some different positions. And
just a little bit.
You know, but it's been one of them years where a lot of things have really worked out for us, and we've been able to avoid injury. You know, that's one of the big keys we've had. The last few years, we got some kids hurt late in the year, and you know, then like on our level, you know, one kid gets hurt, he usually plays 2 or 3 positions, so you got to move a lot of people around and do some stuff. So that's been a big plus for us. But we have developed a lot of depth this year as the season's went on.
Exactly right. Of course, this show is brought to you by our good friends at First National Bank of Troy Brundage. Want to say good morning to all the great folks there, and of course, one of the great banks in Alabama. Been around since 1904 when Mr. Jim Ramage started that bank, and there's a big statue, a beautiful statue, bronze statue outside the bank with of him, and what a great man he was. And since 1904, a Ramage has been running that bank, and of course John Ramage, our good friend, and of course his dad, Jimmy Ramage, for the last 30 or 40 years, they've been running the bank, and of course his father before then. It's a family-owned bank, and they have just really been an outstanding addition to our community for a long time.
Yeah, they have, and John does a really good job for us. Not only athletic wise, but getting stuff out media wise. On Facebook and Twitter and all the different social networks. He does a tremendous job getting everything out for us.
Yeah. Come on in a little bit, Trevor. Come on in a little bit so we can pick you up, and you move over a little bit, Coach. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into the highlights of this week's game. We've got a 10-minute highlight, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
It was a nice night to play. I know that it was cool. Finally got some football weather, and
Of course, you're playing over there, and I know you told your team for that. Hey, this team is going to play the best game of the year against you.
Yeah, and they did. It was senior night and all. Now we did a kind of took a step backwards on the kick returns this week. We were good there. Max come in and made that play, but we gave up several big kick returns. Defense did a good job of getting to the ball. That's Grant.
Jade, if you got anything to say too, you go ahead and say it. About some of these things.
Yes, sir.
And
that was Chip.
Trevor, you do the same thing.
Chip, Max, and Scooteroo making that play. Yeah, y'all helped me make this. Who makes these plays and all.
Yeah,
that was Scooteroo at first.
Yeah, that was Scooter came in first, and everybody's kind of cleaned it up.
And this guy is at his top speed in a hurry, and
yeah, that was a good run by Chip. We got about 10 on that play, and
is he doing better physically now? Is he doing a lot better?
Yeah, he's good. And that's Cody. Had a good run for us right there, about 15, 20 yards. And then Chip made a good cut right here, and score about a 15-yard run.
Chip's got good speed. Now he's wearing number 8 now. Is he always worn number 8?
No, he's number 11. Chip's number 11. Cody's number 8.
Oh, Cody scored that touchdown, didn't he?
No, that was Chip.
Oh, he was? Okay, my bad. Shut up. Shut up. That's why I told you guys to speak up.
And Scott Taylor made the extra point again. He was perfect on extra points again for us.
Well, Coach, the Baltimore coach. A little like the Baltimore coach. Is he going to break it for a touchdown?
No, we thought he might. Tristan Camfrain did a good job.
It concerned you, though, didn't it?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Like I said, this kid here was a good player. That's Jade and Chip making that play. Jade made the initial.
Well, you follow a lot of good football players come out of you follow, I guarantee.
That's Max and Nick and Scooteroo making that play there.
That's old Grant right there.
Yeah, that's
good job, Grant.
Grant.
Good penetration.
That was you too, buddy.
Did you ever get your big guy back, Coach? Is he still hurt?
Yeah, Ty will be back this week. He's going to play. He didn't play this game, but he'll be back this week.
He's a 6'5", 220-pound defensive end.
Yeah, he's
a tackle.
He's tall. He's big. Ty gives the quarterback some problems. It's hard to throw over him. So
they kick it.
Yeah, they did a good job. Got it down inside the 20 there. We're up 7. This is Chip again. This is about a 77-yard run.
He's got good speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, Chip's done a really good job of learning where the cut's
Chip,
going to be.
What number is that guy?
That's 11.
Yeah. 11. Okay.
He's learned where the cuts were going to be. That's the hardest thing about running zones and all, because he's done a really good job of that.
Good job, Scott.
The kicker kicked all 4 of them, didn't he?
He did. It's always a snap that starts it, though. Jade's a long snapper there.
Yeah, exactly. Jade.
He had a great job snapping, and Drew did a good job getting it down also. So, and this kid had another big run. Scott Taylor ends up making this kick tackle right here.
That was a touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah, we had to work on that a little bit this week. We'd been doing a really good job on that. We had a problem with it early in the year, but. Anytime your kicker makes 2 tackles, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I agree.
He had a couple tackles. That was their touchdown. A good play by them. A little waggle pass. I think that's Trey and Max and Scooter and Holt.
This is Lakeside Academy of Eufaula against Pike Liberal Arts.
Yeah, they run a little option there, and Frankie Jeffcoat kind of blew it up, and Chip ended up making the play on the
quarterback. Well, they got a huge left tackle. Gosh, about 350?
No, he's big. He's a big kid.
He's a big old guy. Look
Quarterback's a big kid. Runs pretty well. That's Max.
Forward right in the middle of it.
That's Max and Tristan.
They tried what they called
hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder.
Yeah, they wanted to run the hook and ladder. Luckily for us, we had ran it on them in practice this week, ran it on our guys in practice, so made a good one.
What a run there.
That's Jade.
Oh, Jade.
Jade running there.
Watch this play, ladies and gentlemen. What a play.
Yeah, Jade makes a good run out of nothing. Got us out of some trouble there. Yeah, it's 14-6 at half. And this was first play of the second half. Jade had about 15 yards, but they took it away from him.
Yeah, gotta keep your eye in sight.
I think that kind of made him mad. Jay was kind of mad at halftime. He wanted to go in there and just run over him.
Yeah, I can't believe how that official decided couldn't call holding on that play. The kid just grabbed him by the jersey and pulled him around.
They ran. Levi missed the tackle right there.
You got to hit that guy, latch on, don't you?
Yeah, he's a good running back.
Great effort, though, by Sykes down there to knock him out of bounds.
Good job, Appreciate it.
And we're going to keep him out of the end zone right here. That you, Jay?
Great effort. Originally though, by number 62.
Yeah, Holt Steed and
Holt
Jade
Steed.
come cleaned it up. And Jade makes a lot of tackles. I think he's our second leading tackler.
And here comes
for the
Jade
year.
again.
Another good run. Yeah, Jade's going.
Well, both of them, he and Faircloth both had over 100 yards.
Yeah, Jade was about 195, and Chip was about 185.
Oh, man,
190,
Coach,
like
that is phenomenal. Now, what happened?
So-
Where was our number 8? Where was he?
He was playing more receiver, and he got hurt again. He's out right now. He got hurt in the second quarter, so hopefully he'll be back.
We're talking about
Cody Hollis.
Cody Hollis, and he's been such a bell cow all year long.
Yeah, that was Jade powering in for a touchdown there. Yeah, Cody's had a really good year for us. And he got hurt on defense.
Being played by Nick O'Brien, Coach.
Right. That's
He
Chip,
got the blocks there.
Chip and Levi. And
Gang
Max
tackling, gang tackling.
Did a lot better job getting to the ball the second half. This was a great punt by them.
Your guy did a great job of filming this, Coach. I commend you.
He did. This was a great punt. They went on the 3-yard line, I think.
All right, here he comes out of his own end zone. Let's see what he does.
He makes a good run. We're going to end up having about a 97-yard drive here, I think, for a touchdown.
Boy, that's a killer when they want the ball back.
Yeah, this is another good run by Chip.
Right, boy, look at him cut back. Oh boy, got drilled that time. Thank goodness. That's what the game's about.
Oh yeah, it's about.
Don't show it.
This is a good run by Jade right here.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, you haven't thrown much, but you hadn't had to throw, Coach.
No, we didn't.
Right here.
This was a great catch by Trevor. This was like 3rd and 7, down there, and Trevor made a great catch.
I tell you what,
we ended up scoring, and Chip scored his 3rd touchdown there, I think, and Scott Taylor another kick there.
Keep right here.
Yeah, we kind of got out of position here. This was a big.
Boy, he can run, Coach.
It
Man,
kind of shocked me that he ran away from us, but he's a good quarterback. He was a 2-year starter at Eufaula before he came over to Lakeside.
So he'll probably help him in basketball too, won't he?
I'm sure he probably will. Here's another good run by Jade. Another power run.
And here's Jade again.
Yeah,
he puts pressure on the defense, Coach.
He does a lot of pressure. Made a good read right there to keep the ball.
Great effort there, but whoa, he paid for it.
Yeah, that was a 4th down play, and we turned it back over to him. And
great tackle. Now let me see who made that.
That was Holt Steve was on the ground, and then Chip made the play. And then this
kid, they had a couple of big plays, didn't they?
Yeah, they did 2 really big plays.
This was late in the game, of course.
Yeah,
He can move now.
he's a good player. That kid was a really good player. He ended up getting hurt for them too. I hope he'll get well because they'll need him. He was their fullback and middle linebacker. And
look at here. Look at here.
And Tristan did another really good job for us punting the ball.
So he punts the ball too.
He did. We almost stopped this one about the 6-inch line, but it got across the goal line, so gave him the ball.
This is a good football game, Coach.
Good effort by Dave.
It was good. Yeah, that was a great play by Davis right there to keep that kid. And this is Jade.
That kid, the senior, that big kid.
He is. And Jade gets interception right here. And almost runs back because I'm trying to get him to get on the ground. So there ain't much time left here. We're going to run the clock out.
Yeah, look at it. He wants a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame him. But we're going to take a knee
Anytime
right
you beat Lakeside, you're a Pike guy, you've done your duty, I promise you, because they've always been huge rivals.
They are.
And again, it shows you that you got to play them all. Be ready to play them all. And
you got to be ready to play every week, and you got to be ready every down.
Now with the 11-1 record, is that right? 10-1 record. You go into this week's game. First of all, tell us who you are, young man. Tell us who your mom and daddy are.
All right, I'm Jade Sykes. My parents are Josh and Wendy Sykes.
Okay.
I'm Trevor Barron. My parents are Steve and Missy Barron.
Okay, and your dad's a dog doctor, isn't he?
Yes, sir, he is. Best
okay,
one in,
on Highway 231
County.
South, is that right?
That's right.
I just told you I'd give you a plug. Of course, you got a twin brother, and tell us who he is.
Clay Barron.
And y'all graduate this year, is that right?
Yes, sir, we do.
Right. And of course, Clay played football and baseball, is that right? He
just plays baseball.
Okay, do you play basketball too, both of
I did last year, but I'm not this year.
Yeah, you want to concentrate on baseball then?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, and young man, tell us a little bit about you. It looked like you stuck your finger in a light socket.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I do every now and then.
The coach, that was a perfect from behind. That film just showed a perfect when you grab one behind the neck. What is it? Horse collar. That was a perfect example of it. All right, tell us a little bit about what you've done this year, young man. I can't believe you only gained 190 yards this past weekend.
Yeah. I wish I could play a little better than that, but.
Was you tired after the game?
I really wasn't. I mean, you'd think I was, but just being aggravated from the first quarter or the first half, it really.
After a game like that you got hit so many times, and I'm sure you got hit a lot of times, even though you gained 190 yards. Do you go home and get in a hot tub? What do you do?
Yeah, I actually try to. A lot of the times to go to the hot tub or go to cryo the next morning.
Yeah.
Because there's usually a lot of bruises and stuff like that. But
yeah.
We have a really good deal. Our booster club takes care of our kids, and on Saturday morning, they have an opportunity to go to cryotherapy. Dr. Woodlands, and we have several of them take advantage of that.
So they get ice, or what they do?
Well, that's that dry cold.
Oh, really?
They get that little chamber, and it only takes like 3 minutes, and it helps rejuvenate a lot.
And all your players that played can do that?
Any of them that want to go can go, yeah.
Well, that's great.
They do a really good job for us. It really helps us.
And then now you don't see your team on Saturdays, though, do you?
No, we let them have Saturday off. We see them on Sunday. We meet on Sunday afternoon and watch our film and the tape of who we're going to play, and then we go out and do some running. And then we'll line up and go over some, where we're going to line up defensively. We may run a few offensive plays if we're going to do a few things, and just for a little while.
Well, we call this the second season, and that's exactly what it is when the playoffs come around. You can be 1-9 and make the playoffs, and you got another season. And a lot of this is a mindset thing, Coach. You got to make sure these kids, you can't overlook a team like this. Of course, they're going to be real physical. And how do you look at this? What do you think, Jay?
I think we all need to just stay focused on this sport, because I know there's probably some guys that are ready for basketball or ready to focus on other things, but we just all need to stay focused on this one thing at the moment and try our best to go as far as we can.
Do you feel like, out of the quarterback set, you run a lot of what we call the shotgun formation or the spread offense? Mm-hmm. Now, you see run first, or what do you do? Or is the call predetermined, Coach, or does he read it?
Well, he's got both. He has an option to read just about every play we run, except for when it is a quarterback read. Obviously he's going to keep that in quarterback run. Like I said, Jay, he's right at 1,200 yards rushing this year.
Congratulations, young man! What a year!
He's had a great year for us. And Chip, because he really only started running the ball after Cody got hurt. He's right at about 500 right now. And Cody, even though Cody's missed 3.5 games, he's at 750 yards or something right now. So he's had a big year also. Of
course, Cody's a senior and Chip is a sophomore.
Chip's a junior. He's a junior.
He's a junior, and of course he'll be back next year. Of course, Trevor, tell us a little bit about your part in the game. I know you made a couple of big catches.
I try and do my job. I take a lot of pride in blocking well. A good block, gets that extra 10, 15 yards.
That's right.
And that could be the difference in the ball game. Like Coach Matthews says, skilled players are not only valuable when the ball's in their hands.
Yeah.
When the ball's not in your hands, you're just as valuable. So I try and do my job every play.
Well, Jade, when you throw it to Trevor, he's going to catch it. That means a lot. He might be not the prettiest wide receiver in the country, 6'2", 210 or whatever. But one thing he can do is catch the football. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, he's not the tallest, but he's for sure got the hands for it.
But if you throw it out there, you feel like your chances are he's going to catch it.
Trevor will go up over guys that are a lot like outsized over him. But yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you had a big day, 190 yards rushing against a team that don't like you. You know what I mean? And you suffered some pretty good licks. But of course, tell us how you look going into the playoffs. Do you feel like you can run the ball or throw the ball? Do you feel like you can be balanced or what?
I feel like we can run the ball on anybody. I mean, if our line really stays at it and blocks like they can, I mean, they give us great holes to run through.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it comes down to it, I know we can pass too. So.
Well, this is a new season. Do you feel like you can go a long way? Hey, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great to come to Troy to play for a championship?
Yeah, I think it'd be real fun to play out there at Troy University.
Yeah. Who are some other teams in Class 3A, Coach?
Well, you've got, in our region, Monroe was the number 1 seed. We were the 2 seed. Macon East was the 3 seed, and Northside was the 4 seed. And then in the other region, you had Bessemer was the 1 seed, Morgan is the 2 seed, Glenwood's the 3 seed, and Tuscaloosa is the 4 seed. So,
okay.
Which is a pretty tough region. There's like we told them, there's probably at least 6, possibly 7 teams in our class that can win it. Yeah. Anybody can win it on a given night. Like if we play like we're capable, I feel like we've got a really good chance in any game. But if you turn the ball over and
now Glenwood is in your region, is that right?
They're not in our region. They're in there.
Why are you playing them?
We cross regions. Our number 2 plays their number 3. Our number 1 plays their number 4. Yeah. So
How many games will it take to get to Troy? And I'm challenging you guys.
We have to win this week, and then we'll have to win next week, and then the 3rd game will be at Troy.
Wouldn't that be something?
So,
and you've got a good football team. Now, this is where leadership comes in now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stand up and say, hey, do you want this thing? Yeah. This is something that's going to last you the rest of your life. Do you want this thing?
Oh, yes, sir. We got to keep them focused.
Do you agree with me? I believe. Do you agree with me?
Oh, I believe.
Trevor, you jump up in front of anybody before that game and say, I believe. And if you believe, you got a chance.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
you
sir.
believe it, Coach?
Well, I know that's one of the good things we had. Our seniors have been really good this year. Like I said, some of them have played some places they didn't want to play. They've had to move around and do some stuff, but it hadn't been a problem.
But these 2 seniors, can really be awfully strong influence on where the rest of the team plays. But again, you got a chance to make history. You got a chance to do something that very few Pike teams have ever done. They won, of course, back-to-back a few years ago, but to go back to Troy and play for a championship, that's your goal, isn't it, Coach?
Always
No question about it.
Year.
And of course, this guy right here, you the man in command, he's ready, and he's going to have you ready.
Yeah.
But you guys have got to get people fired up.
Yeah.
And I know you play both ways, don't you, Trevor?
Trevor does.
No, I mean, Jay,
yes,
you play both ways.
Yes,
you play both ways, so you got to get these, get your defense fired up.
Yeah.
I feel like when y'all are playing at your best, you're very good on defense.
Oh, we've had a great year defensively. Usually when we get hurt, it's like Jade likes to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So a couple times we've got out of position because he comes up to make a hit, on a read or something. People kind of take advantage of us doing some stuff, but defensively we've had a phenomenal year. I think we're giving up like 12 points a game, something like that, and. They've done a great job. Coach Rowland's done a tremendous job with them, and big thing is they all get to the football and they like to hit, and and we've stayed injury free. That's one of the biggest things. But
and the game's going to be played right here in Troy, and of course the kickoff is 7:00 kickoff from Delaney Kerbin Stadium, right here in Troy. And what would be your plan, Coach?
It'll be a typical home game for us. We'll have pep rally, 7th period, and then we'll do pregame at the school. And then, we usually have a little meeting with them. Coach Rowland will meet with defense, and Coach Austin will meet with special teams and make sure we got everything covered. And then just get ready to play.
Exactly right. And, of course, it's going to be a great game from right here in Troy. The Pike Liberal Arts Patriots do battle with the Glenwood Academy Gators. Is that right?
That's right.
And it should be a good one from right here in Troy this Friday night. Hope you enjoyed it. Coach, I know it's Halloween, and happy Halloween. Now, you boys can go out and you can go out as Jade Sykes. You can go out as Jade Sykes. Y'all got your uniform on, so go trick or treat.
Yep.
And Arrington will not be here tonight. The word we got was trick or treat. And they got young children, and I don't blame them. Trick or treat. And I hope that you have a great Halloween, and hope your team coach comes back here same time, same station next Wednesday night and let's talk about a big victory.
We'll be here.
And ladies and gentlemen, go Patriots!